Okay, boys and girls, today I'm going to teach you how to create a type of 3D drawing. After you've written your first name, last name, and room number on the back of the paper, you want to hold it so that it is horizontal. And in the middle of the paper, you're going to eyeball it and just put a dot. From the dot, you are going to take your straight edge, you're going to put your pencil on the dot, and you're going to send your lines out to the corners. I find it easiest to actually turn my page so that my hand can stay on the top of the ruler. Notice that my other hand is spread out so the ruler doesn't wiggle. And I'm going to send it to each of the corners, putting my pencil on the dot to line it up. If you don't make it exactly to the corners, that's fine. And bring it out to the next line. Okay, so now I've made a diagonal out to each of the corners, holding my paper again so that it is horizontal. And I am going to put on one side, I am going to put 4 lines that go straight up and down in between my diagonals. There's 2, there's 3, and number 4. They are just as straight up and down as the side of the paper. And on the other side, to mix things up, I'm going to put 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to take the center and I am going to draw a line right through my vanishing point. That's the vanishing point, a straight line right through it between the 2 lines that are vertical. And I'm going to now erase the diagonals above and below the horizontal line in the center. Now, in front of the line here, I'm going to put my ruler on the vanishing point, and I'm going to draw a line in front of the diagonal on the bottom. And then I'm going to draw another one very close to that one that stops up here. This is going to be a sidewalk. Now the cracks on a sidewalk go across the paper like the horizon line. You will find that the further away you get in the picture, closer to the vanishing point, you are going to need to put these cracks closer and closer together. Now, cement is rolled out in sections because it will crack when it expands and contracts in the freezing weather. So that's why there's cracks. And so they're kind of like blocks of cement, and they go like this. So you see how this line goes straight up and down because it's the front side, the curb. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we put our ruler on the vanishing point, and we're making a very skinny triangle in front. And then I'm going to make an even skinnier triangle because this is giving the thickness to the curb. I take my ruler and go straight across, and I'm going to make these squares get closer and closer as I travel further and further into space back toward my vanishing point, which is the point where it gives the illusion that everything converges. So my curb goes straight up. You can freehand this part. It's not necessary to take your ruler out to draw this little line, but they go straight up and down. And so do you see the illusion that I already have 2 sidewalks traveling up my street? Now it's time to think about what I want in the center of the street. Well, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to draw double yellow lines. So they are going to come up the road, but they have to have thickness because I have to color them yellow. So they go to the vanishing point, and it's going to take 4 lines so that I have 2 yellow lines in the end, because the yellow lines are going to have to get colored in. So I'll put a cap on each of these, and so this one will be yellow, and then this will be yellow. But this is regular pavement, just like over here. And I want you to brainstorm, what kinds of things might you find on a street or on a sidewalk? Maybe a manhole cover. Maybe you see a parking meter. We definitely need a stop sign or stoplight at the end of the road, because we're going to have oncoming traffic. So I'm going to go straight up in the air, and then it's going to drop over across the traffic, and that's where my stoplight's going to be. And it needs to be realistic, so I have to have it in the right order when I color it later. Right? Red, yellow, green. We would have other lines on the road, because we have to have a line at the end of the road for stopping to tell people where they need to stop. So I'll have a stop line. Maybe there's a crosswalk here. I'll have crosswalk lines. Maybe there's a piece of trash. Maybe I have a gutter in my street, so water can filter in when it floods. Maybe I have a manhole cover in the middle of the street. Maybe this manhole cover is open. Something's going to be happening here. You decide what's going to happen and add some details. Next, I will show you how we are going to do our buildings. Good luck.